The Milwaukee Bucks showed up huge last night against a Western Conference giant. They secured a much needed victory, and our superstars and role players showed up and both led the way. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Nathan Burton, here with Bucks Digest, your number one source on YouTube for all things Bucks. I'm going to get right into it, guys. We're going to talk today about the game last night between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Milwaukee Bucks secured the much needed victory. They had lost 5 of 7, coming off a super disappointing loss to the Warriors without Steph Curry. They really needed to show up in this game and show some resolve, and they did just that. I'm going to get into the game. I'm going to talk to you guys about the road to the playoffs and why there's some key takeaways from this most recent game that really look good for our future. But before I do that, I just want to ask everybody to please hit that subscribe button. We're chasing down 3,000 subscribers on the channel. It looks like just a small percentage of you guys that are watching are hitting subscribe right now. If you're digging the content, please hit that subscribe button. We'll be coming back almost every day with new Bucks content. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this game. The Bucks came in, they needed a win, and they showed up huge, winning 118-89 over the Lakers. Now, I know the injury report is going to be a talk. I'm going to talk about both teams' injury report. You know, the Lakers were missing a lot of key guys, but the Bucks did not fumble this opportunity. They needed the win, and they came out huge. Giannis played well. Kuzma played well. Gary Trent off the bench was massive. I'm going to dig into a little bit of what happened in the game with you guys and how we look headed into the playoffs. Now, I just want to get into something that kind of ticked me off. When I was researching a little bit about this game and reading online, everywhere I looked, it's just Bronny James news. Of course, the Lakers must have been shorthanded if they're using Bronny James this much. He had a career high 17 points, 5 rebounds, whatever. It's just everywhere you look, when you're looking Milwaukee Bucks with a massive 30-point win, all the news outlets, all the legacy media, it's Bronny. It's so annoying as a Bucks fan to see us get a huge win, a much needed win like this. And the way it's being reported is just all about Bronny James. The most articles won't tell you that he was minus 40 in this game. You know, they conveniently leave that part out when they're talking about Bronny James. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the things that matter in this game for the Bucks. Bronny James will go back to being an absolute nobody in the league as soon as the Lakers are back to full strength. So let's talk about the win. We'll talk about, you know, of course, the injury reports. We know that LeBron was already out. Luka also out for this game. I mean, not that I think it would have made a difference. He scored 45 points just a few games ago against the Bucks, and the Bucks still came out on top. So it's clear that we have this team's number. The Lakers were also missing Rui Hachimura. They were missing Austin Reeves. They're definitely down bad for this game. But of course, it's good to see the Bucks still take the game seriously and get a much-needed win. Now, the Bucks injury report also came into play. Both Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo were probable for this game. We know Giannis played and Dame unfortunately did not. We're also, of course, still missing Jericho Sims out with surgery to the playoffs and Portis with the PED suspension. One thing to just keep an eye on is Dame's calf injury. I mean, him being probable for this game means that it likely isn't too serious, and they're just taking precaution with the injury. But it's something to keep an eye on. We know how important Dame is to this team. He's scoring almost 30 points a game. We need to make sure he's healthy for the playoffs, and if that means taking a game off here or there, well, that's what needs to happen. But Giannis showed up and really picked up the slack against these Lakers. He scored 28 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He also did all of that on 60% shooting. Very efficient, very, very well. He really can dominate this team. I mean, the Lakers, after trading away Anthony Davis, they have no real size on this team. And we know when Giannis is not challenged in the paint, he eats everyone alive. And that's what happened last night. He was flexing on them a lot, like this picture right here. He murders this team. So we know what Giannis can do. And when he's healthy and he has a good matchup, these numbers are a given. But I'm going to talk about some of the other guys that really contributed to this win. We got to talk about Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a great game. I want to shout him out. This is his first time in a Bucks uniform having back-to-back 20-point games. It looks like he's finally getting comfortable. Yes, we'd like to see him hit a few more threes, but it's looking like he can really handle multiple different lineups with the Bucks. He plays the 3 to start the game when Brook is in the game, and then when Giannis eventually is forced to move to the 5 because of our lack of center depth, he is also being productive while playing the 4 alongside Giannis. So it's good to see. I think Kuzma has just started to scratch his potential with the Bucks. So we'll see what that looks like going forward. Let's continue to put up 20-point games. That's what we need out of this guy. Another guy that we need to mention is Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent was a flamethrower last night off the bench, scoring 23 points in 27 minutes. He was absolutely instrumental in this win. We needed the secondary scoring without Dame in there. We need other guys putting up double figures or even 20 points in a game, and Gary Trent is the type of shooter that can do that. I mean, on the season, he's shooting 42% from 3. We need that shooting. We don't have a ton of it on the bench. Gary Trent came in and really set the tone off the bench, looked really good. I want to talk a little bit about Andre Jackson Jr. I mean, Andre, he only played 7 minutes in this game. A lot of Bucks fans, including myself, calling for this guy to get some more minutes. With our limited bench right now, we don't have a lot of guys that we can slot in different places like Andre Jackson Jr. His athleticism and defense is awesome. He's still very raw offensively, but 7 minutes when we're this shorthanded, I just don't think is the right move. Doc Rivers needs to find a way to get this guy more minutes. If that means moving Gary Trent, who's playing much better, back into the starting lineup and bringing Andre Jackson in some bench minutes, maybe that works, or just finding a different combination off the bench to get this guy some minutes. He has some untapped potential, and it's looking like towards the playoffs, we're going to need to take advantage of some of the guys on the longer end of the bench, especially in maybe the first round when we're trying to reintegrate Bobby Portis and reintegrate Jericho Sims. We need other guys to have some minutes under their belt, and feel comfortable. And this is one of the guys I think has some potential. But I want to know what you guys think. Of course, let me know down below what lineup combinations you think are going to work for us as we get down the tail end of the season into the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, let's talk about it. Of course, the Pacers are looking more and more like our expected first round matchup. You can see the probability right here, 63% probability that we're going to end up playing the Pacers in the first round. So what kind of lineups do you guys think match up best against the Pacers? That's what we need to know. Do you think we should be playing small ball against the Pacers? They, of course, have Miles Turner, who's a big guy, but Siakam at the 4, not that big. They don't have a lot of size, so I think a small ball lineup, at least in the first round, featuring Giannis at the 5 and Kuzma at the 4, could be very effective. But it'd be nice, too, like I said, to get Andre Jackson some minutes. His defense is great. Another good defender against these wings like Halliburton and Ben Mathurin. You know, that defense can really help us against the Pacers as well. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know down below what you guys think. What lineup combinations you haven't seen yet that you think could work. Obviously, we need to try some new things and make sure whoever we're going to use in the shortened bench in the playoffs is ready to play and has some reps. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Also, of course, please hit that subscribe button if you're digging the content. We really appreciate it. We'll be back soon. Go Bucks, go, baby.